I listen to your show every single day.
Breakfast Club?
God damn it, the Breakfast Club. Put that ass up on the Breakfast Club.
Made it! You can't say Breakfast Club without being Breakfast Club.
You're like this rare air.
You got platforms and partners all over the place because your demand is so high. People want to be in business with the Breakfast Club. I don't think white people know how popular you guys are.
DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, you guys really are like the hip-hop early morning and late night talk show.
Y'all know what y'all talking about.
It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up. Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is V from Detroit.
V from Detroit. What up, though?
Oh, wait, is this really... Oh, DJ Envy?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my God, I just got to get through. Hi, DJ Envy, Charlamagne.
Peace. What's happening?
Oh, my God, yo, my heart is beating. But real quick, I just want to say that when you used to say that Democrats were cowards, I just disagree with you. Like, I just felt like you were really hurting the cause. But seeing how the whole thing played out a whole year later, Charlamagne, I'll never doubt you again.
I don't know why y'all doubt me now, but you know, man, it's okay. It's okay.
You can doubt him sometimes.
I like being Rafiki from The Lion King. You know what I mean? You know, Rafiki from The Lion King, they always think he a crazy little monkey.
Please don't consider yourself a monkey.
Oh, okay. But Rafiki
Please
wasn't really like
not
a
on
monkey.
air.
He's just a wise little...
Well, thank you, V.
Wise little primate.
Thank you so much.
All right now.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Hello, who's this?
What's up, Breakfast Club? This is Uber Mike. How y'all doing?
Uber Mike, what's up?
Mike, what's up, brother?
What's up? Kamala Harris, man. She got my vote. We got to get across that finish line.
Okay.
She got my vote.
Where you calling from?
What made you come to that
Dallas, Texas. Dallas.
What made you come to that conclusion?
Oh, no, man. I've always been a supporter of her, man. She's ready to go. I've been following her since you put her on a long time ago, Charlamagne, and I've been following her. She's ready to go, man. She's ready to run this country, man. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Uber Mike.
All right. Y'all have a good morning, y'all.
Peace,
you too now. Hello, who's this? Tanya, good morning.
Hey, what's up? This Tanya from Omaha. How y'all doing?
What's up, Mama?
Peace.
Get it off your chest. Tell them what you're really upset about.
You talk a lot about these sausage studs, and you already know I'm a recovery. I've been reformed.
What, you a reform stud?
I'm a reformed toxic stud.
A hostage stud? What's that?
No, reformed toxic stud.
Oh, toxic stud.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Yes, all right.
I'm a reformed one, you know? And you ain't talking about these females that put us in positions where we end up looking toxic.
No, we're not gonna blame the toxicity of studs on other people. That is victim blaming.
No. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a situation a while ago. This is before I got married, before I was reformed.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was messing with this chick. She told me everything was on the up and up. I'm chilling at her house, kicking it. You know, I'm playing with the sun. I'm right there. And lo and behold, if that daddy didn't walk in the door, man, you don't know what it feels like to be a woman and have a man looking at you like you a man.
Well, you knew she had a baby daddy though.
But she probably thinking it's all good if you got me in the crib.
And then exactly. And I'm up here playing, having a good time, you know, thinking everything's all easy peasy lemon squeezy. And baby daddy walk in and he looking at me like, no, and I'm like, honey, I'm a woman. I'm a lady.
Oh, now you're a woman.
Yeah, see, this is what I don't understand about studs, right? They come in with their nice baggy T-shirts on, they baggy sweatpants, they nice speakers, they nice sneakers, and then they got that 5-speed internal vibrator, and wonder why these women losing their damn mind.
You know what, Charlamagne? Somebody hurt you. Some woman out there hurt you. And I don't know who it was, but she hurt you.
No,
Thank you, Tanya.
you know the toxicity of your type.
Mad toxic studs came up to me at the car show and was like, yo, tell Charlamagne we ain't all toxic like that.
And the crazy part is every stud I know that used to be toxic or is toxic know they toxic or used to be toxic. So what does that tell you?
But
They was toxic.
Yes, they know. They not delusional.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah.
What's up, Brandon? Get it off your chest.
Straight up, cut over, back up, and sit down.
Tell your man to be quiet for a sec.
Yeah, my fault. Top of the morning, how y'all doing?
Peace,
brother.
King. How you?
Everything good. So listen, right? I wanted to get it off my chest that, my lady, man, she go through my phone when I'm sleeping. And then, whenever I try to go through her phone when she sleeps, she's sleeping with it under her pillow, underneath her, and she'll wake up.
Man,
but the only way I can go through her phone.
Stop. Why y'all don't trust each other? How about that? I don't want to hear nothing else. Why y'all don't trust each other? That's so corny. Y'all going through each other's phone.
Listen. It's not even that. I don't do that.
You just said you do it. You just said she go through your phone and you go through her phone.
Yeah, but I do that because she do it. But I'm saying I don't just randomly say I'm going to go through her phone because I want to.
Sir, have you cheated before I got caught cheating?
In the past.
Oh, there you go.
Has she got caught cheating?
No.
Is this your guilty conscience? What'd you say, Jeff?
He said he trying to get even with her.
Man, knock it off.
You trying to get even with me?
Yeah,
yo, just knock it off.
No, you knock it off, yo. Stop going through our phone.
I just told you she go through my phone when I'm asleep.
Yeah, so that means you do it too? What's the tit for tat for?
He's scared?
Because it's like, yo, listen. Why she can go through mine when I'm asleep, but I can't go through hers, though?
You just scared she gonna get that poom to somebody else because you got a guilty conscience. That's all that is.
Well, you gave her a reason to because you got caught cheating.
Yo, listen, I appreciate you guys.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wow. The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Tamika from Westchester.
Hey, Tamika. Get it off your chest, mama.
Okay, good morning, DJ and Charlamagne. I'm a fan.
Good morning.
I just wanted to get off my chest the fact that I did nothing, and now I'm broken up with the boyfriend that I've been with for 3 years because his side girlfriend thinks that I'm her stalker.
Wait a minute.
His side girlfriend thinks
you
that
her
you're
stalker?
his stalker?
Mm-hmm.
All right, explain this to me a little bit more now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've been with this boy for like almost 3 years.
Okay.
And when I came out of my relationship, he came out of his relationship for a long time. And he still wanted to explore and all that, and we didn't know what we was. So he told me, like, oh, I'm talking to this one, I'm talking to that one, talking to that one. So it's like, okay, whatever. But time had passed, and he had started moving his stuff into my apartment, and we started establishing things. I work for the city. I put him on my insurance. We started establishing and making plans. I didn't realize how strong of a connection he was making with other girls. But then he comes to me one day and tells me that the other girl...
Okay, I've heard enough. So you're not his only girl?
No.
I'm not his only girl, no.
Okay, so what are you calling here to ask us?
Well, she's upset because she put him on insurance. She thought it was serious.
This is just getting off my chest. I wasn't asking anything.
Oh, you just mad at yourself for being stupid?
Hey.
Yes.
How old are you?
34.
34 years old. How many girls does this man got?
Who knows?
But you can understand it, though.
How many yeast infections have you had since y'all
come
been
on.
dating?
I
know your pH balance is always
off.
off.
Oh, stop it. Come on.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
I understand, though, because you put him on insurance. He moved in. You thought it was more serious than it was, and he was still playing the field.
Well, see, I want to tell you that you can do better.
That's not the part that I'm mad at. The part that I'm mad at is that I have nothing to do with his other relationships, and I'm being accused of being a random girl stalker.
Why would you
care? I don't even know this girl.
Why would you even care? You shouldn't even speak to
Why
her
would I
anyway.
even care? This is what I'm saying. You ever been accused of something you absolutely did not do?
Yes.
And just super f***ing frustrated, but then also super relieved because it's like, you never trust me in the beginning. But it's just super f***ing frustrating because
stop cursing.
I really didn't do it.
I understand you're upset, but stop cursing. But understand that the truth don't need no defense. It only needs witnesses. So as long as you know the truth, that's the most important thing. But the truth is, you just one of this man's hoes. Now, you need to ask yourself, do you just want to be one of this man's hoes, or do you want to be more to somebody? Because if you want to be more to somebody, then you need to go find that somebody, because it's not going to be with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through that, mama. But take him off the insurance
went through it?
ASAP.
She's still going to it.
No, take him off the insurance ASAP.
She ain't going to do nothing.
Is he still on the insurance?
Yeah.
Who that talking to you in the background?
Nobody. That's y'all on the radio.
Oh, yeah, man. You just another one of his hoes, man. And I think that you deserve better than that.
That's
but,
right.
he did keep it 100 with you from the beginning. It's not like he lied to you.
Yeah, he didn't lie, and y'all didn't have a conversation. You just assumed because he moved in, but that was not a great assumption, obviously.
Thanks.
And I know it's hard. 3-4 years of raw sex.
3.
You know what I'm saying? Him blowing in your bunkie. I know it got you a little open, man, but you deserve better.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Have a great day.
Have a good day. Happy Monday.
Damn, man. She should take him off insurance right now.
She not.
The Breakfast Club. If y'all talking about it, you know we talking about it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we seen something that was trending online yesterday. This is from the Facts and Law podcast. They had a young lady on there, and she was talking about dating, and this is what she said.
I'm not dating a man that does not come from a 2-parent household. I don't care what race you are.
You came from a 2-parent household?
No, but I'm going to explain to you why. There's a big difference with the man who was raised with his mother and father versus a man who was just raised with his mother. And I had the pleasure of marrying a guy who was raised by his mom, and I dated seriously a guy who was raised by both parents. It's a big difference. And coming from a household where I was raised by my mom, as a grown woman, I'm telling you, it's a difference.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. Do you agree there's a difference between dating someone that comes from a 2-parent household versus someone that doesn't come from a 2-family household, or 2-parent household, I should say? We'll start with you, Jess. What do you think?
I just think it depends on the situation. I've dated, men who... I have never dated a man who... and that's not by choice, who's come from a 2-parent household. I haven't. I've been in 3 relationships where all the moms were deceased. You know what I'm saying? And it shows greatly in the men.
Do they have mommy issues?
It shows differently. Like Rome was the first one. Mommy issues to this day, And it also goes off of how he treats women. Then it was another dude, you know what I'm saying? Wayne don't have his mother neither. That shows greatly in him as well. He just don't have the same issues that Rome got. Then the dude I took on the show, the guy before that I dated, Chris, he lost his mother too, and it shows that he didn't know how to give affection. It shows in different ways, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first question I asked Chris on a date: where your mother? You know what I'm saying? I need to know. And and it definitely shows. Now, he didn't have his mother and his father, but his mother and grandparents raised him. You know what I'm saying? So it is a difference, but you don't go picking and choosing do you come from a 2-parent household? Because listen, you can be effed up and come from a 2-parent household.
Correct.
Because it was an unhealthy balance. Your mom was doing something to your dad, or your dad was mistreating your mom, or something like that. So you can't just say, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to get, and it's going to be a great relationship because this person comes from a 2-parent.
But it has to be something lacking, right? If you don't have 2 parents in the household, or you're not raised by both of your parents, it has to be something lacking, right? Regardless, if your mom is not in your life, there has to be some emotional, some sensitive side that is lacking. And if your father's not in your life, there has to be something there as well, right? Has to be.
And very much that's true. But say if you got 2 parents, say if you have 2 parents, right, and one of them don't know how to be a parent. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you still lacking. It just depends on how you parent, how you come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Number one, I don't know why we're listening to that young woman, because she didn't come from a 2-parent household herself. Okay, and I would think that it's more so about the relationship that you have with your parents as opposed to just coming from a 2-parent household. You've been saying that, just you can have both parents. And those 2 parents could be effed up. They might not have instilled anything good in you. Or to another point you made, Jess, the 2-parent household may have been dysfunctional.
Correct.
You might have saw those parents arguing all the time, fighting all the time. So it doesn't matter if you come from a 2-parent household. It matters if the person that's raising you is instilling good things in you. That's it.
I don't think she was coming from a place of how you're raised. I think she was coming from a place of what you're possibly missing by not having both parents raising you. And maybe, because I do feel like if you don't have both parents in your life, you have to be missing something. Something has to be a lack of if both your parents are not in your life.
Maybe not.
Well, we have Vivian on the line. Vivian, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's your opinion, Vivian?
Good morning.
Good morning. My opinion. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Jess and Charlamagne.
Good morning.
My opinion is the young lady Megan has been saying, a man raised by a father and a mother may have seen a woman being treated well by a man on a daily basis, whereas a man just raised by his mother did not see how to treat a woman on a daily basis. Not about being raised right or wrong. It's seeing a woman being treated well on a daily basis.
But don't you think that's a generalization? Because it could be the flip side. You could grow up in a two-parent household where you saw the daddy treating the mother bad or the mother treating the dad bad.
Thank you, Vivian. That's true, too.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, from her perspective, maybe what she was saying. I don't know what was in her mind, but when I heard her speak, that's what because that's what I grew up with.
A two-parent household?
My dad treated my mom well.
Well, let me ask you a question, Vivian. Should we be listening to that young woman, being that she didn't come from a two-parent household herself?
You know what? I think the fact that she did not come from a two-parent household lets her know what she wants. She knows what she wants.
That's true, too.
Because of what she has an experience.
But that's my point.
What's that? Thank you, Vivian.
What she's pointing out and others saying they lack because they didn't come from a two-parent household. How come that don't apply to you, young lady?
Well, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe she sees what she's missing and doesn't want to date somebody that does that have the same things that she lost out on. You know what I mean?
No, she said she was very confident. She said, no, I was raised by a single mother, and basically she turned out great. But a man who was just raised by his father, she don't want that no more.
Yeah, I don't like
she
that.
You have to have, she was saying her mother did great with her. You know what I'm saying? That was how she positioned it.
Until you talk to the men that date her and they be like, oh, hell no. She's all man. I never dated her.
Hello, Kim.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Kim, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is I don't find anything wrong with it. I feel like it's always a problem when women say we want to do better. If this young lady has experience dating somebody from a two-parent household, why are we not living by that mantra? You know better, you do better. From experience, dating anybody, man or woman, coming from a single-parent household, it's a hassle. It's a hassle dating me, and I came from a single-parent household.
Yeah, just a mama or just a daddy? Which one?
Just a mother. And my mama was a piece of work. I don't stand a chance in a relationship. All I heard all my life is I made calls to be the boss. I'm good looking because I'm from Brooklyn. All kinds of stuff.
You got a man now?
No.
Are you looking for? Are you? Do you have that? Do you have?
I'm looking for a man, but ain't nobody gonna deal with this. And my mother was an alcoholic. I don't even drink.
See,
I love people that know they stuff. She said, "Ain't nobody gonna deal with this."
See,
I wish I got a bunch of homegirls. I wish would look in the mirror and say the same thing.
But
ain't nobody gonna deal with this.
But you see what she said.
I know one up here right now.
Who?
Nothing. I'm sorry. Damn, I got a little too carried away.
I see. 800-585-1051. We were talking from the Facts and Law podcast. A young lady was on there yesterday and said she would never date a man that came from a single parent household. This is what she had to say.
I'm not dating a man that does not come from a two-parent household. I don't care what race you are.
You came from a two-parent household?
No, but I'm going to explain to you why. There's a big difference with the man who was raised with his mother and father versus a man who was just raised with his mother. And I had the pleasure of marrying a guy who was raised by his mom, and I dated seriously a guy who was raised by both parents. It's a big difference. And coming from a household where I was raised by my mom, as a grown woman, I'm telling you, it's a difference.
So we're asking, what's your thoughts? It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're talking about this woman that was on the Facts and Law podcast. She said she would never date a person that came from a single parent household. And we're taking your calls, 800-585-1051. Now, Jess, you said it doesn't matter.
No, it just depends. It doesn't matter. And we can't necessarily say, well, that's better, or those relationships where a man came from a two-parent household are more successful. Like, any household can be toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like any household. Like, look, let's just take, like, let's be honest.
Right.
The Jackson 5. Look at their mom and look at their dad. You know what I'm saying? 2-parent household. Joe wouldn't even let his kids call him dad. He was beating them and doing everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot going on there. Then that's less. And then, see, I think when people feel like, when they think of 2-parent household, they think of one, like the Huxtables.
The Cosby Show.
You know what I'm saying? The Cosby Show. Like,
Yep.
they think of that. But no, you have so many different types of 2-parent
Variations,
households.
yep.
You don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, she should have worded it better. She should have said, I'm not dating anybody who didn't see a healthy relationship growing up. You know what I mean?
There
Like,
you
that's
go.
what she should have
There you
said.
go. But you know, even with that, you know, some people who don't see a healthy relationship go the complete opposite. You know, some people that didn't have a dad in their life want to make sure they're in their kid's life even more because they knew what that feeling was. So that could be wrong too.
I think this whole conversation we having is exactly why you shouldn't generalize.
Right.
And that's what she did. She generalized. Like, there's no one way to do any of this.
Nicole, take us off Bluetooth for speaker, please.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. What's your thoughts, Mama?
I just want to say good morning, everyone. Also, I feel like a family background is just important in general. Not whether you come from a single mother or a single father or a 2-parent. I grew up in a 2-parent household, but I feel like the way you see your parents portray love in general is just going to be how you portray love. So I think just the family dynamic in general is important.
That's right.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, who's this?
Andrea.
Andrea, good morning. What's your thoughts?
I agree with the comment.
What comment?
The comment about coming from a 2-parent household.
Oh, what the lady said? Why do you agree?
Yes, I agree. I come from a 2-parent household. To me, it's structured better, especially when, you know, the dad's involved. Discipline is better. So I completely agree.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Tom.
What's your comments? What do you think, brother?
Hey, foremost, good morning, everybody.
Good
How
morning.
y'all feeling?
Blessed, black, and highly favored, sir.
Hey, likewise, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I totally wholeheartedly disagree with the young lady. Like Charlamagne and God said, everything you stated was true. I can say I came from a both parent household, but then I know it's called manipulation. But at the same time, when a man grow up, regardless, and life happens, he decides how to take care of a woman, and he knows how to take care of a woman based off of maturity. So how can she say that? And then she sounds like a person, and I'm sorry to have to say sound because I haven't seen her and not going to see her, but she didn't even come from a 2-parent household. So how can she be relatable to that scenario? Right. And then she meets another guy that happened to be opposite of the first guy. But here's the deal. Who to say he didn't lie to her and he just understands the mission? Maturity happens. You start understanding the mission, how to take care of a woman, how to keep them secure, and make sure they stay fed, guide them as a king, and then after that, it's successful. So what she's saying is she just happened to meet somebody else that was better than the other. Word. But then how does she relate that, and how can she put that on the scale if she never met both parents? It could just be hearsay.
That's real.
Thank you, brother. Well, I'm going to the stream. You know we do go live, so I'm going to read some of the people on the live. Like, shout to Miss _Candy4. She says there are a lot of 2-parent households with verbal abuse, physical abuse, and infidelity. Anyone can make changes in their lives for the good of any relationships. It depends on the actual person.
That's a fact.
Somebody else said a 2-parent, not so much. I think a man having a good relationship with his mother is more important.
That's right. That's what I said earlier. It's just like it's about the relationship that the child has with the parent, the single parent or whatever. Because you can come from a 2-parent household, and that 2-parent household could be instilling a whole bunch of nonsense in you. Yes,
that's right. I see. I am share KIAD. She says I know men from both 1-parent and 2-parent household that's both messed up mentally. So she's saying it doesn't matter. Another woman says workout with Butterfly. Good morning, workout with Butterfly. She says I don't agree. It's up to that person to grow up the right way in adulthood. It doesn't matter. I see somebody else says 2-parent households don't mean nothing. A lot of 2-parent households involves abuse.
That's right.
So what is the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is stop generalizing. Everybody be generalizing. They just be getting on these podcasts and just getting on platforms and just doing these broad generalizations. If that works for you, if you want to just date people from a 2-parent household, cool. But guess what, young lady? You don't even come from one. All right? So what's wrong with you? Let's start with you, man. What's your problem?
And what about the people with no parents? I know they like, hold up, yo.
Can I get in this conversation? You stupid.
You know what I'm saying? You know, people in foster care that's been raised greatly. That hasn't been.
People's parents who died.
Yeah, people parents who died, and it's like they didn't get to be raised by, you know, finish being raised. So it just depends, yo. So yeah, generalization is crazy for this.
The ones raised by their grandparents.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? What if my parents didn't want me and I ended up getting raised by my grandparents? Then what?
Or you had your baby young and the grandparents helped you out until you got your baby together. Happens all the time.
Yes, it sounds just like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. All right. This is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Made it.
If y'all talking about it, you know we talking about it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're asking, is your friend's enemy your enemy? Now, we're all saying behind the scenes, I feel like if my friend has an enemy, I have an enemy as well. Yeah. It depends how far it goes. Like, if it's some stupid petty-ish, then that's something small. But if it's something serious where somebody tries to hurt something in you or your family, or try to take something for you, or try to stop the way that you eat, or try to destroy your life, your career, nah.
You got to show me how serious it is, though. Because Jess brought up a good point earlier when she was talking about her and Sheena. And she said you and the girl used to fall out all the time, so Sheena ain't think nothing of it. Yeah. I got to see something. I got to see a fight. I got to see this.
But if the girl posted Jess's stuff online,
what if I ain't see all that?
That's just best friend.
What are we talking about? You know everything. Like, you know, not you talking about, you know, my best friend. Like, come on, you know everything. Because she was like, I seen it. I didn't think it was that serious. My baby, it was 2 of my numbers and my address. That's where my son lay his head at. What you talking about?
That is true.
You know.
That is true.
Like, so yeah, me and the girl did fall out, but she ain't never do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why I haven't seen her to that day.
Let's go to the phone lines. Bria, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Bria, we're asking, is your friend's enemy your enemy?
Absolutely.
You want to elaborate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're not friends with someone, I know why you're not friends with them. Why am I hanging out with them? Why am I giving them conversation? That's showing that I'm unloyal to my friend.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Mama.
There's nothing to talk about.
Hello, who's this?
Devonna.
Hey, Devonna. We're asking, is your friend's enemy your enemy?
I guess it depends on what type of friend she is, for one. She might just be a regular friend, or she might be my best friend. Now, if it's my best friend and it's her enemy, then absolutely my enemy is her enemy. But for the most part, if it's just some random beef that they got, then, you know, and me and the other person might have a good accord, and I can't say that. But I can't speak for also if they get into an altercation, then I'm going to be on my friend's side 100%.
Okay, thank you.
You know what it is, man? We all get to a certain age where we know we can't beat nobody up no more. That's really the problem. Like, when you young, you can just run down on people, beat them up, but then you get to a certain age, you like, you know you can't beat nobody up, and it's frustrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm not there yet, so.
No, yeah, you're not old enough. I'm like headlock mode.
I was ready to say you're not there yet either. I don't know why y'all want to be so old up here on this show, but no, y'all can. You can. Y'all both work out. Y'all both. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fight probably maturely, but still
maturely. No, that's true. Cause I think about what I'm gonna do to a person when I see him. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna hurt that person. I'm gonna like put him in a headlock, give him a little nuggie. You know what I mean? I might grab his ear, twist it. You know,
that's dumb.
I'll just push him. Just push him. Like, come here, let me talk to you. You know,
that is so.
Poke him like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Poke him all in his stomach. Come here, man. Let me talk to you.
That's gay. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, girl. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Is your friend's enemy your enemy?
So it definitely all depends, because if my friend is doing something dangerous, for example, my brother was murdered by his friend, and had he known that this friend had this envy and jealousy about him, he could probably still be alive today. So it all definitely depends. If your friend is doing something dangerous, they're not trying to take responsibility or do something about it, then you need to stay away from them, and you need to let other people know about that so that they don't get caught in the crosshairs, because somebody can lose a life.
Can I tell
Friendships aren't just something regular anymore. That's an actual relationship. So you need to take it serious.
I agree with you, Queen. But man, I'm gonna tell you something about us as black people. We say the most traumatic things so effortlessly.
Like what?
Like exactly what she just said. She just said it so effortlessly, like it was nothing, and you hung up on her like it was nothing after she said something traumatic.
Well, we gotta get to Jess with the mess.
Ain't no you ain't even give the girl no condolences. You just hung up with the woman. I wanted to have a conversation with her about this traumatic experience you just told her, and I was talking about.
Say sorry,
my brother. You see that, Jess?
Yeah.
Envy just hung up.
Yeah, she was telling us like somebody killed her brother behind something like that.
So I'm sorry, Queen. Envy just hung up on you with the most disrespect. I don't know why, but like I was saying, I just think it's just we just say the most traumatic things like it's
so
nothing.
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
I would say she was saying we got to take it more serious, but she was kind of cut off a little bit.
A little bit? You mean when Envy just slammed the phone down on her for no damn reason?
He did not slam the phone. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Were you the one that just called in a second ago?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You told us about your brother that got killed?
Oh no, I'm a new person.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, since you're here, tell us your trauma.
Since you're here, I hate this place.
I wanted to answer the question about the friend.
Go ahead, Mama. Answer the question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so like it depends basically how long you knew the person. Because like my best friend, no matter if she like whoever, she don't like them, I don't like them. But if I knew like the person before I knew you, then like it depends on the situation.
I was thinking about that too.
Well, thank you for your call.
You hung up on that poor lady.
I did.
She is crying now. She not trying.
You just hung up on her for no damn reason.
Because it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we got a special guest in the building. We got Trae the Truth. Welcome back, Trae.
What up, bro? What up, man?
How you feeling, man?
How you doing, brother?
Life been life.
I know you got a lot going on. You want to start with the BS or you want to start with the positive first?
I don't want to talk about nothing negative today, man. I need the energy from y'all right now, man.
So how you feeling, brother? Album out right now. Album's doing well.
Yeah,
Crowd control.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd control. Yeah, it's just I'm always trying to add to the catalog and level up. And the little homie Moxie pumped me up to do a turn up festival song, and it ended up turning out to be a whole album. So
you just put out Stuck in Motion last year though.
Yeah. But I crazy thing is I'm still kind of at a standstill. I got 3 more I'm supposed to put out this year. I don't know how.
Wow.
Yeah, but they are different vibes though, because I have the turn up, which is crowd control. I got an album called Him, which is another kind of turn up, but more street. Dark Angel, just all the pain and everything I'm going through. I think that a lot of people probably can use right now to know that they ain't the only ones going through it. And then Live from Mars, the homie Mars from LA, who do a lot of real production, play all the instruments on tour for everybody. It's a whole album with just live instruments and stuff. So
why'd you name the album Crowd Control?
Because it's a festival vibe. You got to be able to control the crowd whenever you touch that stage.
I wanted to ask you, Trae, because we had my man Sauce Walker up here a couple of weeks ago, and he was just talking about cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. And he said he feels like an artist like Drake, who is in the city so much, should do more for the city as far as working with Houston artists. And I wondered what your thoughts was on that.
I think everybody, in all honesty, it all depends on what point of view you look at it. And I think as grown men, we all entitled to our point of views. As far as me, I can only speak for myself. I really ain't in tune with what you're talking about, and me and him ain't had a conversation to see his aspect. Because one thing I've learned in all things is a lot of people can say stuff and mean stuff, but how it come across on the internet or how it come across as pushed out can be something totally opposite. So, I think until me and him hold a conversation, and now you said I probably have to go look back, man. I've been off the internet, man, dealing with life lately, man. Like I had to make myself push this album, you know what I'm saying? And that's stuff that I legally I can't even just talk about right now, but it's just, life been life, man. But what I will say for Houston as a whole, though, I'm very proud. You got to think, man, one, we already had the biggest stars, which is undeniable. You got your Beyonce's, you got your Travis, you got your Migs, you got your Yolanda Adams, even down to one of the biggest stars that we all grew up on, Felicia Rashad. You have people from Houston, but now you have so many, from the street aspect. You have the rejects from the generations after us. You have the Sauce Walkers, the Lil Jeremys, the Fast Lanes, and just it's so many different aspects, and then you have a bunch of females coming out of Houston and coming out of Texas that's raw. Me personally, my mine right now that I highlight definitely be the rejects, which is you got Big Tony, Cal Wayne, Jack Boy, Fast Money, 30 Waves, Skeet, Millie Bucks, Larae. I mean, it's a lot of people, and it'd be hard to shed light on names because then you forget people and then you be like, damn. But I think right now as a whole, I think people should definitely pay attention to what we got going on in Houston. And then in the game, people don't really realize what we give to the culture. You go to think of double cups, you go to think of grills, you go to think of cars, you go to think of, speaking of Envy, you know, he ain't gonna think the car is the best ever. Houston it is. Even when you go to think of Trap Soul, that's all a form of what Screw used to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think, who don't love Trap Soul right now, from Bryson to like, so I think everybody takes a part of Houston as a whole, and now we the biggest goddamn party city right now.
And I was going to say that, you know, it was New York for a while, then it went to Atlanta. Yeah. But now everybody's going to Houston. How does that affect the city? Or are people respecting the city? Or because at one time they were effing Atlanta up during COVID. I mean, there was so much going on. They cleaned it up a lot. But how was it affecting Houston?
I think it's a good thing, man. I think it's a good thing for the economy because it brings business. You know, people now when they do their trips with their homies or their friends,
weekend trips,
they all going.
Girls
they all going
to
there.
Houston. The fellas drive out and headed to Houston. Yeah.
So and then other than that, you have people like us who are on the front line. We ain't just letting nobody come through there and tear the town up. That part we ain't gonna do. I think everything for us is on the up and up. You know, everybody have they spans. You have different things, whether it may be music, sports, or whatever. Florida, you have that on the West Coast. You have it in New York, and now even down to the Rockets, down to the Texans, down to the rugby team. People don't even know we got a rugby team. Our rugby team was number 2 last year, you know, so we got a whole bunch of different things just as a whole with Houston. And outside of that, I'm frontline for it, so everything I represent, everybody who accept me is accepting Houston right now.
When you talk about life be lifing, right? How do you know that you just ain't doing things to stay away from having to deal with all of that, Trae? Like putting out the music, you know, frontlining all of the time when there's a catastrophe in the city. Like, how do you know you just ain't running from dealing with your own stuff?
What do you mean, as far as just me personal? Running from my own problems that I may? And see, this is you with this therapy. You know?
Because you just said you said you had to push through to even put the music out. It feels like you kind of are doing deflecting.
I can laugh and joke about it only because this still my brother, but I know the angle he's going. I don't know. I can't say I'm running. Because I deal with my problems head on. I think a lot of people, what I learned recently, so I did for Trae, I did my first men's mental health panel, you know, just for people to get up there and just express themselves or what they going through. And man, a lot of us deal with a lot of trauma that we probably didn't realize, you know. And I don't think I'm running. I think honestly, for me, I'm not comfortable unless I stay active. If I sit still, one, I get to overthinking. Two, I just feel like stuff just coming to a halt, so I have to just stay active. And even if it's 1,000 pounds of pressure, I'm more comfortable getting out of that than just doing nothing. And I could be running from trauma. I don't know. I mean, until that one therapist sit me down and say, this what this is, then never know.
Did you ever find one?
I talked to some people through you.
Okay.
Now, have I actually went in that room and sat down? I haven't did that, but we have long phone conversations, and now, you know, not to get too much into it, now I got primary custody of my daughter. So I just introduced her to a therapist. So, you know, it's a lot of different things that I gotta, you know, I'm still climbing. 6. She's 6.
She's 6. Yeah, so how was her talking to a therapist?
You know, the crazy thing, man, the time that I've allowed her to go, because really I want to find the perfect one. I don't necessarily know if the first one I take her to is the one she should stick with, but I allow her to do her own thing. I you know, I get out the way and she can have her own conversation, and then, you know, I learn about it afterwards. But I think everything works. Again,
why was it important for you to, you know, because a lot of parents would say, I don't know if I want to put my child into therapy. Why do you think it was important to put her into therapy? Because it's a good conversation for parents to, you know, why do you think it was like, you know, I think this is something that'll benefit her, especially because you haven't done it?
That's one reason, because I know I should, but then you got to think transitioning from one home to the next. This is new to me, so I don't know how long that process take. I don't know if that process is going to take a week, 2 weeks. I don't know if it's going to take years, months. So the only thing I can do is do my best to support her, you know, because at the same time, I have to let her know how much she love. I have to let her know, even though she may be frustrated because, you know, they kids, they have friends, they have things that they used to. Now it's a new transition. So I have to just, I think God teaching me patience in this situation too, because at times she may just sit and cry or may say she want her mama. Like, I have to still be over loving to her to let her know, like, regardless of what it is, like, I'm here. We're gonna figure it out. I mean, if we both gotta sit up here and keep bumping our heads, so be it, but we're gonna figure it out, and your pop's gonna be with you to the end.
All right, we got more with Trae the Truth when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we still kicking it with Trae the Truth. Lauren?
A lot of us watched you in that like fight with your daughter, like trying to figure out the custody thing or whatever. How does it feel now to be able to, like you said, like you're doing things like putting her in therapy, working things out together, like you don't have to fight anymore, you can just be dad now. How does that feel?
I'm not going to necessarily say I don't have to fight no more, but what I will say is it's a process. You know, the crazy thing, you find things like that we be proud of, that we accomplished, and out of all the big stuff I did in life, you know, one of the happiest moments was to enroll her in school. You see what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. She got me out there watching her do cheerleading. So, you know, that'd be weird. No,
Me
watch
too.
the word.
I'm a cheer dad.
Look, it'd be weird because everybody's standing like, man, that's Trae, but I'm just out here trying to pump her up.
Do you be yelling in the cheer competition? I can't imagine you yelling.
Nah.
Come on now, Trae.
I'm telling you. I clap at the end. I'm a cheer dad. I done seen Bun. I think Bun granddaughter is a cheerleader.
I love this for y'all.
I see Bun and Queen at the events all the time.
I love this for you though. I know, especially because knowing what you went through and like, you know what I mean? Like I can only imagine like the enrolling the first day of school. Like what was that like? Y'all wake up early, you go.
Yeah, the enrolling. So her school starts on the 3rd. She haven't even started yet.
Okay.
So I don't know what that's gonna be. Hers, no, she in private. So
okay.
Yeah, she'll start on the 3rd. So, you know, wait to see how that go. But ideally, man, you know, it's just a blessing, man. And I think everything I experienced with her and everything that I'm learning is making me a better me. Because you got to also think, man, if when I'm out moving in the streets, times that I could get in a situation, I'm double thinking it for my kids more as opposed to just moving off emotion. And even speaking of emotion, I had a conversation with somebody. Being raised in the streets, you would think the way we came up, somebody say something to you, you have to check that. That's just what it is.
Right.
Point blank period. I'm going all out about that. And I didn't realize, bro, honestly, I was learning opposite. The strength is being able to dictate when you move because we so used to moving off emotion. And that's what I'm instilling a lot of little homies like, hey, just before you jump to crash out, a times I did the same thing. Like, you got to dictate when you move because moving off emotion, it feel good for that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then you ever see situations where people like, damn, bro, I probably just wasted a whole bunch of time. I shouldn't even did that shit. So
right.
Now I'm at a point of really teaching people, you know, like, nah, bro, we ain't moving off emotion. Now, at the end of the day, don't let nobody disrespect you, protect you, your family, everything you got to do, and go all out behind it. Just say I'm walking in the hall, somebody bumped me. Now, younger me will, hey, bro, what the you doing? This one, like, in fact, you got it. I'm gonna let you now do that, and he go to getting disrespectful, then he get what he deserve. But for the most part, it's like, man, sometimes like some of that just don't be worth it, bro.
When did you adopt this mentality, Trae? In the past 6 months?
He got his baby girl
learning.
at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning, and I'm still a work in progress myself. And again, it's hard because again, I deal with everything head up. So this is a new challenge for me to not really move off everything, man. I used to be to the point you say something slick on the internet, I'm trying to find IP address. I need to know where you at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like sometimes I have to look at stuff and just laugh it off. And it don't be easy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you can attest to this, NBA, just how people don't really even know truths about situations. People can form opinions. And it's like sometimes you got to be able to not be bothered. I think that's going to be my biggest, once I conquer not being bothered, I think I'm completing what I'm supposed to do. Because I feel like God probably got me something real big coming for me. And he just like, yeah, it's there, and I'm letting you know it's there, but I got a feeling you still might up. So I'm finna run you through the ring until I know it's all out of you, and you gonna move right, you know.
Do you regret any of your former crash outs?
Man, that's a good question.
I'm speaking about one specifically.
I know you do.
Yes.
I know you do, and middle finger to you for doing it right now. But,
I'm just asking.
But so it's a double-edged sword. I think everything that I went through in life, good or bad, molds my character. It builds me because we have to learn from experiences, you know. And I think on that part, I don't regret becoming who I am. I don't regret learning what I learned or some of the brick walls I hit. Now, on the flip side of that, yeah, do I feel like, man, you know what, some just ain't worth it or wasn't worth it? Yeah, I definitely feel like that. And lastly to that, man, it's a frustrating situation when nobody really knows in that particular situation what really went on. I don't really talk. You know, I don't talk. I don't do interviews. So I leave the room open for everybody to come up with their own narrative, come up with their own opinion. Because I be feeling like I need to explain it for it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that becomes the frustrating part because then all in the end, if and when people, if I ever decide to just speak or go a certain route, people be like, well, damn, I had this mixed up the whole time. For me, it's too late at that point. But the other reason why I don't really, like, in any situation I go in, I don't break my neck to go try and control the narrative because it's a blessing when you get to see how people really feel.
About you, yeah.
Man,
yeah. And I was
when
gonna
I
say
tell
that.
you, when I seen how mother start showing how they really, for me, it's two things in mind. One is you been a hater and you been feeling this way. You just wasn't man or woman enough to say what the you waited to a situation happen for you to be like, oh yeah, man, you know what this was. You don't really care about that situation. This how you been feeling. You just didn't
about you.
You just didn't want to be exposed for being a hater. You know what I'm saying? So you know all these situations. I think in every lesson that I deal with, it's a blessing.
But how do you move on now? Because you know Houston's a big place but a small place, right? Everybody intertwines with everybody. So how do you move on? Because it's so small.
I deal with who deal with me. And those who deal with me, man, you know, regardless if I talk every day or not, they know if they hear me, they can always depend on me. Vice versa, you know, because a real friend and a real family, a real homie is going to be the one that'll be there supporting you, even if it's you against the world. And those people, you have to value things like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you have people, I could sit in your face and be like, oh, yeah, man, it's this and that. And behind your back, be like, yeah, man, or whatever happened to him happened. A real one is behind closed doors or in front, like, nah, you need anything, let me know. Because what I don't like in life is watching people cheerlead and parade to tear somebody down. I feel like when you get what you call the Me Too crowds, I don't know if I'm using it right in that sense, but when I don't like him, I don't either. So let's just all pile up and just, you know, I don't respect that. I'd rather you be on, man. If you feel some way, let that be known.
But not Me Too, like the cancel culture, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess so. That's why I say, because I didn't know if that was the way to use it, but yeah.
No, because it's interesting, right? Like, and from the outside looking in, when the situation went down with you and Zero, it felt like people were taking sides, and I was like, I'm like, damn, people don't like Trae like that.
Have you had a conversation? Have you had a conversation after?
No. The thing is, before we never seen each other, and after we don't see each other, like we don't. Believe it or not, we never really see each other. I don't think I could tell you once or twice we've seen each other within a 8 to 10 year time span. Like we don't see each other at all.
If you were to run into him today, if he was to call you, would you be open to a conversation?
I mean, we grown men. Like he entitled how he feel, I'm entitled how I do. I'm gonna speak up for mine the same way I would hope he would speak up for himself. So again, I'm telling you, it ain't no hate on my end. I went through what I went through. I took it on the chin and I kept it moving. You know. Like, it's not like we can't be in the same room. I'm going to be tripping as soon as I see him. Like, I ain't really on that type of time. You know, I'm a man that is going to always stand to feel myself and stand on business on what I believe, but I'm not out here looking for that. Like, you got to realize, bro, I deal with real life situations. Instead of living for the internet like everybody else, like, I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the next move with my kids. What's the next move with helping somebody else that I'm doing, or helping these families, or helping some of the young homies out the hood, or helping some with music and business. So it's like my life don't revolve around that every day.
All right, we got more with Trae the Truth. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Trae the Truth. Charlamagne?
How did the death of Beat King impact the city of Houston?
I definitely think that was a sad situation. It was an unbelievable situation because, you know, for us, we used to death. Sometimes you'll see stuff on the internet and you'll be like, nah, hell nah. That don't, you know. I think that was one of them situations that it wasn't expected. Just thinking back, me and him, we really didn't talk much at all. But but you can't deny the presence he had when it came to the club. Like, he had a tag. When he had that tag, you'll know he had something to do with it. So you couldn't deny what he brought, and he stayed in his own lane because he wasn't trying to make street music. He wasn't trying to do the backpack. He just stayed doing him. And anybody who stayed doing them and stay in their own lane, you gotta respect it, because they didn't alter, they didn't shift, they did what they felt was best for them. So I felt like it's definitely something that touched the city. I mean, anybody, I'm gonna be honest, any fallen soldiers we had from the city of Houston musically always impact the city, because Houston and Texas alone really support they artists. So a lot of deaths, people take it personal.
How did you and J. Cole get so close, man?
We've always been close since younger, man, and it's crazy. That's why, looking at the song that he did, Trae, the Truth, and the Visa, like, you could look at, I didn't have a beard at that time. I was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it happened right after I got shot. I remember he called me.
So that was like 2012, 2013?
Yeah. Wow. So, but I'm saying we was cool way before then, but I'm saying right after I got shot, he called me, and he was just like, man, bro, like, you got the potential of doing so many people you. Like, I feel like I want to just take you with me to show you something different, basically to inspire me and show me what I'm capable of doing and what I can. And mentally, we so stuck worried about how people gonna look at us, how people gonna laugh at us when we do stuff, or if we gonna fail or succeed. And I think when you get to a point where you're not necessarily caring about that, then you can kind of enjoy it. Like that's what it pissed me off when you see, and I don't like even speaking on that because I hate speaking on other situations, but when Cole said what he said on stage, I was there.
The apology.
Yeah, and the thing is, the first thing everybody was saying was, oh man, he apologized and he's scared, he doing it. It's like, for me, it pissed me off, which he honestly, in his mind is, I don't want y'all speaking up. Like, I'm fine with that. In his mind is, one, we all's cool, and we still are, you know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, like, that ain't his energy. Like, he was focused on his album, like it, and these things I may supposed to say, maybe not. Like, if you look at his tape that came out, the last song was supposed to be Trae, the Truth, and the Visa. So that's why at the end, when I say, even if we fall off, we don't fall off, that was the outro, but the pre-intro for his new album, The Fall Off. But if you pay attention to the project, they end up having the record where he went back at him, and it just threw everything off. And I think, honestly, within his spirit, I salute him, because he is on man. Like, I'm not supposed to be keyed up by y'all. Right. And at the end of the day, he got on that stage and he said it genuinely, like, that ain't my energy. Like, bro, I don't feel good about that, because that's not, like, he wasn't offended by the that was said. It was more keyed up by everybody making them go there.
The only thing I didn't like is, I think Cole and Cole fans fought for the last couple of years to prove how nice Cole is and how busy Cole is, and they had so many different complaints. Oh, Cole does his own beats, he should do different beats, and Cole should do more guest appearances. And I just felt like he was doing that, and he was shooting down everybody that he was doing songs with, and it was glad to hear Cole the way I heard him when growing up as a kid, as mixtape Cole. And then I just felt like that whole situation just kind of paused that made me upset.
Not to me, because you can't take away what a person was already doing.
No, but we haven't seen Cole in a minute since.
He kind of did back off a little bit.
Yeah, he fell back on it.
When I heard that brother say he hadn't slept good, he was sleeping good for 10 years, and that was the first time in 10 years he didn't sleep good. That's all you need to tell me. Because
he gets busy, and a lot of times people don't
understand. Now, what I will say is, we ain't gonna go in depth, but just don't get up. His album coming. And when the album comes, it's probably going to shock a lot of people. So I remember what I tell you all the time. A lot of people form opinions on things, and they don't fully know situations.
That's right.
Now, did you audition for Bad Boys 4? Or they just called you?
Martin, Martin and my brother. So, my cartoons that I always do.
Yeah.
I have a partnership with Martin. So, of course, we were.
That's for the one Trae on Tubi?
Huh?
Or is that's a different cartoon? Which
cartoon? That was beforehand.
Okay, got you.
So we were getting ready to put it out, man, and we had, it's crazy, like, I can't go in depth, but just we had big writers, different stuff with us. COVID hit. So that's it messed up any and everything possible. So then after COVID, we was back on it. Then the writers and the actor strike came. So it was just like, So in the midst of that's still going, Martin called me, and it was actually the last day or 2 days that they was filming Bad Boys 4, and ended up having me come out and get in it. now that's a new process of me understanding with the major movies, because they have so many different versions. Then they had to cut it down to where it's crazy. I'm in a trailer, but in the movie they ended up cutting the movie down, so they took some of the scenes out. Which I don't know if when it come out to streaming services, if it go back in or what it is. But for me, it was just a dope experience. And that trailer you see across the world, you see me all in it. You know what I'm saying? So, and Martin, my brother, his whole family is my family, man. They real support of everything I go through, good or bad.
Well, let's get into a joint off the album. What you want to hear?
What you want to play, Trey?
Man, I have.
You want to play Fires?
That's definitely where we at.
You got to do the dance, though. You got to do the dance.
I don't know. I wouldn't know how to dance about it, man.
Well, let's get into it right now. It's Fires featuring Lil Yachty. It's Trae the Truth. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Some donkey today just saw themselves.
I've been watching Charlamagne. I was ready for it.
I never heard of donkey the other day. What is it?
I'm a donkey.
Say it again, Charlamagne.
I'm a donkey.
Yes, you are a donkey.
I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Donkey today goes to a Chicago man named Muhammad Worku. I think I pronounced his name right. Salute to everybody in Chicago. Now, this is a very interesting story to me because a motto that I live by is something my grandmother and mother always told me, and that is, manners will take you where money won't. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think that it costs nothing to be kind, and people will always remember how you made them feel, okay? People will forget things you did, they will forget things you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Remember that. Okay, when I tell you this story, I tell all the youngins around me, all my nieces and nephews, when you're working with people, what you want to be said about you when you leave them is that you are a pleasure to work with, because once again, manners will take you where money won't. That's right. Bad manners close open doors. Good manners will make you matter in life. Your manners open doors that, your beauty can't open and buy you things your money can't, okay? And this brother, Muhammad Worku, clearly believes the same. See, Muhammad is a bank robber, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I can confidently call him a bank robber because he robbed 2 banks. Okay? Once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern. And he did it twice. But he didn't just do it. See, he walked into one bank with a note that said, "Pay it back soon." And then less than 72 hours after he was acquitted of, and this was less than 72 hours after he was acquitted of committing a similar bank robbery, okay? Gather around, let me tell you the story. See, 2 years ago, Muhammad Worku walked into a local bank and pressed a note against the glass that read, "Give me the money, please. Thank you." And he left with $595. He was found about a half hour later with about $100 less in the note that said, "Give me the money, please, thank you," still in his possession, okay? But let me tell you why our court system is flawed. Because in court, Worku's attorney argued that even though he committed a crime, it did not amount to robbery because she said robbery involves stealing something by force or intimidation. So his attorney, Mary Judge, claimed there was no implicit or explicit threats of any kind. Who knew you could go into a bank, just be nice, just be polite, and ask for what you want, and you shall receive it? Well, look at this. If you have ever been refused credit or a loan, all you had to do was be nice. If you got a history of missed payments or possible fraudulent activity on your life, don't worry about it. You can still get a loan. Just smile and say, "Give me all the money, please." Okay. By the way, a jury agreed with his lawyer. Worku, who's 31 years old, was released from custody this past Friday. So on Monday afternoon, armed with his new knowledge of the judicial system, empowered by the fact that he didn't do anything wrong because he was nice about it, he then walked into another bank and handed an employee a note that said, "Please give me the money. I'll pay it back soon. Banker's gift." Yes, G-I-F-E. I don't know if he was trying to spell give or gift, but he said banker's gift, G-I-F-E. I don't know what he meant. Was it gift to give? Anyway, bankers gift me in advance. Well, it worked again. And the bank teller gave Worku more than $2,000 and allowed him to walk out before calling the police. First of all, drop on the clues bomb for that bank teller. I'm so glad you didn't try to be a hero because that bank ain't dying for you. Okay, Chase is simply the name of a bank. It is not an action you should do when someone robs one. Okay, just let them walk away. Now, let me continue to explain this story. The teller described Worku as wearing a surgical mask, neon green gloves, and a neon green winter cap. Investigators later found surveillance footage of a man wearing, guess what? The green hat, the gloves and buying clothing in a backpack at a nearby Target store. So they arrested him just about half an hour after the alleged robbery with $200 less than what he had been given at the bank. Okay, you know how I know Muhammad doesn't think he's committing any crimes, because in both cases he didn't try to get rid of any evidence. Still wearing the clothes he committed the crime in, still holding on to the note that he used to commit the crime, and now he is set to be charged with both bank robbery and bank theft, which do not require force or intimidation. His lawyer, who got him off initially, Mary Judge, says that this is a more appropriate charging decision. In fact, she said, because of the jury's not guilty verdict, I believe the government is now charging both bank robbery and bank theft in a case where there is not evidence of force or threat of force. I think they have to throw the book at the man, simply because you have to make an example. Are you going to have a generation of polite, well-mannered crooks, right, thinking they can get away with crimes simply by saying please and thank you? And that's not how any of this works, because here's the thing, people. Judge others on how they act, not what they say. Folks can say anything. Remember what I said earlier. People will forget, what you said, okay? But they won't forget how you made them feel. You have to follow that up with actions if you have manners. And you say please and thank you, but then do something foul. That's not good manners, okay? Having good manners, being polite, helpful, and respectful to others shows you have self-respect. But robbing someone after you say please and thank you shows you do not. Please give Muhammad Worku the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
It's kind of like when folks say no disrespect, but I think instead of saying no disrespect, you should just be like, please, may I disrespect you? Please? May I please disrespect you? I'll apologize for it later.
No.
That's what it feels like.
All right, well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes.
All right, The Breakfast Club, good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legend.
Bruce.
What's cracking, baby?
Welcome. How you feeling?
Everything's good, man.
Everything is good?
Yeah.
Now, this is the first time Bruce has been on the show. First and foremost. And I want to, when sometimes when somebody comes for the first time, I want to start from the beginning, right?
Okay.
Now, I know your story because I've been studying you, I've been following you, but for people that don't know, how did Bruce get into comedy? And I want you to explain your job before comedy.
Well, I used to be a chef. I can cook like a mug. And, everywhere I go, I used to always be funny. So I hired this guy one time. I was running a barbecue restaurant, older guy, and he said, he used to watch me in the kitchen when he first started. He's watching me. He said, you need to go on stage. And I ain't paying attention to it. He said, I'm gonna bring you something tomorrow. He brought me this album. Back in the day, he had an album. Mm-hmm. He was a comedian, but he was ex-Navy. He was an alcoholic. He said, don't waste your time on this job, man. You need to go on stage. No, what I did, I quit because I had a family. I was young, man, had 3 kids, and man, I went and started working for Frito-Lay potato chips, selling potato chips, and the whole time I'm selling potato chips and on the dock, I'm just funny, acting crazy. So good old white dude said, you need to go on stage. I see you here every morning. You white guy said, you need to go on stage. You funny. I look at comedians every Friday, Saturday night, and you need to go on stage. And when I took that step, man, I knew that's why I should have been my whole entire life. And what made me take that step, I was going through a divorce, and my ex-wife said, you'd never make it.
Why'd she tell you that?
So I just looked at it and say, I see you on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been gone. I've been doing it now 35 years.
Now, you also mentioned that you were only child.
Only child.
Your father left at the age of 5?
Yeah, he was 4 or 5. He was in the Air Force, and he was a medic in the Air Force, and he flew choppers and airplanes, and when he got out, he was an anesthesiologist.
Now, was it important to mend that relationship before he passed? Or
I did.
Wow.
My mother said, I just wanted to know. I remember him. My mother said, what you looking for him for? Because they be mad. But my mother really ran him off. You know what I mean? She was she ran him off, man. She was a monster, man. You know what I'm saying?
Did your dad tell you that?
Oh, no, I just saw it. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this dude is cool. He was really cool, But she like, I don't want it. Everything he tried to do, she just knocked it down. But she was listening to her girlfriends. That's why I try to tell all these young girls, don't listen to no woman that ain't got no man.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you got a woman, if you got a girlfriend, you got a husband, she know how to treat her husband. But a woman that don't have a man, she can't tell you nothing. Mm-hmm. But he left, and he never, ever called us, ever. And my mother didn't even know she was divorced. He did a non-contested divorce because my mother just come home, never went anywhere. So when she said, I think I'm going to get a divorce, and when she went to do it, they said, you already divorced. You know, uncontested, you put it in the newspaper for 30 days, you don't answer the ad, bam, you divorced.
I did not know.
And he was already gone.
He was gone.
Oh, he was gone, man. I got married 3 more times. I found it when I was like 40 years old.
So he knew who you were. He knew you were successful.
Exactly who I was. He knew exactly who I was.
Look alike?
No, my son looked like him though. My baby boy looks just like him. But it's funny how it dip over, you know what I'm saying? But I met with him and we talked and we stayed in touch, and he ended up passing away about 17 years ago. My mother passed away 14 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you and your mom ever have to talk? Did you ever have to say to my mom, it was you?
Yeah. She said, I was wrong. She said, I didn't care. She said, but I had other boyfriend. You know, my mom was fooling around. See, parents don't tell you. They try to tell you do the right thing, but they'll do the wrong thing in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Those old dudes used to go with named David, had platform shoes with taps on them. You remember platform? He had taps on platform shoes. He come up the steps, clock up. How your mama doing? And then he'll tell me, hey, come in, let me give you a few dollars. Go down and get you a Coca-Cola, something like that. I know what he's finna do. He's finna get us some tail, you know what I'm saying? So he gets some potato chips. I run right out the house. I know what he's finna do. I don't want no food, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool. He was cool to me. He treated me very nice. But she had this one boyfriend she's crazy about. I don't know what's up with women with this one dude that they like. And he ain't nothing. I mean, man, he wasn't nothing, man. He dogged my mom out, man. He was married. She didn't even know he was married.
Damn.
He's over there every day. Every day. Eating, yeah. God is a good God. You know how I'm joking with you. Yeah, God is a good God. And let me tell you what happened. When I was in high school, 4 of us used to hang together, and we saw him in his truck. And my buddy said, man, that go your mama boyfriend with your mom. I said, no. I said, that's my mom boyfriend, but that's not my mom. It was another lady. So I got out the car, looked at him and said, hey, I see you, right? He said, oh, hey, how you doing? Played it off. Come on to my mom's house. I told my mother, I seen him with another woman. He looked me dead in my eye. He said, he did not see me. and my mother believed it. But the reason she believed it, because I didn't like him. So she just kind of figured I made up a story about him, and she let it go. But it took her girlfriend of hers to see him, say, I saw that dude with another woman. You know what I'm saying? And it took her to tell me. She dated him like 16 years, man.
Damn.
And that ought to tell you, my mother, I don't want to get married. Okay, you don't want to get married, but this dude's already married, so you can't marry this dude. When she found out, she was toe up. Yeah.
I heard her.
And you said your Uncle Paul inspired you as far as comedy because he was the funniest person you know?
Oh, man, he was funny, man.
Okay.
He tell a lie. Everybody got to help him with this lie. Every lie he tell. Did I tell him? He like, yeah, he told me. Paul ain't saying nothing. Everybody help him with this lie, but he was one of the best bakers in the world. He practically raised Gladys Knight back in the day. And they used to call him the sweetbread man. And Gladys Knight knew him. His name was Paul Henson Jr. And he went by the sweetbread man because he was the baker in Atlanta, Georgia. He was the man. And he talk about Gladys all the time. But Gladys and I was really raised on the same street. The street was Chestnut Street. They changed to James P. Brawley. I was on 415. She was on like 785, something like that, just right up the street, like 2 blocks up.
Did you know her?
No, I was a little kid. But she lived there with her first husband, you know what I'm saying? But Gladys is a girl, though, man.
Wow.
How were you able to translate your funny to actually make a career of it, but somebody like Uncle Paul, who was funny, couldn't?
Oh, no. My Uncle Paul was just scared to go and say. He was scared. See, black people back in the day had the skill to do everything, but they were scared to do it. They had so much fear. So like young kids now, they'll do it. They were like, I don't care, I'll do it. So I just took it and ran with it. My uncle was one of the best bakers in the world. He went against bakers from France and Italy, from England, and he beat them all out. You know what I mean? Then he had a cheesecake that he made that was one of the best cheesecakes in the world, and they tricked him out of it and didn't have sense enough to get a lawyer and everything. Gave him like $10,000. They clapping. He was all happy when he
stole his recipe.
Yeah, when he could have got 100 million. You know what I'm saying? But just didn't have the sense and the knowledge to do that at the time.
Oh, I wanted to know, as a child, was Bruce big as a child?
No, man, I was a little bit. They used to call me Little Bruce, man. I didn't get fat till I got married. I don't know why I got married. That's
all that kick your uncle.
Oh my God, I wouldn't eat it, man. I was just a little bitty dude, just running around, just messing with everybody. I was a little bitty kid, man. But when I got married, I got fat. That's what happened to us as black men. We get complacent. We get complacent with jobs. We get a job and it be, let's just say General Motors. We make a little money. Oh man, that's a good job. I don't care nothing about no good job. It's about getting out there, getting it, because it's more than that than getting a good job.
I ain't like that question, by the way.
What you mean?
I ain't like the question he asked.
Wait, what?
Was Bruce little as a child?
Oh, that's
No,
all
I
right.
mean, was he a big child?
I wasn't no fat kid, man.
That's
what he wanted to say.
Yeah, he thought I was fat. He thought I was just couldn't clap my hands.
Because he was little as a child. He's a
little
kid.
fat kid couldn't clap his hand. Y'all clap my hand. Ta, 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 ta. But no, man, I was a little kid, little cute joker, man, running around messing with everybody. And, you know, we seem to lose focus, and that's what happened. You lose focus, you start eating crazy. But now I'm back at it, man. I'm 62 years old, man.
Wow. All right, we got more with Bruce. Bruce, when we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy. Yes, I lost my voice. Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Bruce. Now, I got a question. What's the most difficult city for you? Because you're on the road, what, 5 days a week, 4 days a week,
I'm on the
7, 8
road
shows?
every week.
What's the toughest city for you?
I'm going to be honest. I ain't never had a tough city, man. I've had some tough crowds when the comedy clubs hold these people hostage. You know, like, let's just say first show is at 7. Second show is supposed to start at 10. All right, they let the first show run over. These people that come to the show at 10 o'clock are outside waiting. So now they're pissed. They pissed, you know. So you got to really go to work to make them laugh, you know. Or go and I'll say something like this. Say, y'all ever been at work and they want to be there? They be like, yeah. I said, that's where I feel now. You know what I'm saying? So when you break the ice with them, you got them. Once you get them, you got them. But you got to run the clubs on time. And it's hard dealing with us as black people. It's hard to deal with our black people, man. But the white clubs, they be on it, bam, because they realize the money they can make in a short length of time.
You know, you just made me think about when it comes to doing business with black people and white people, because I love doing business with my people.
Right.
But I don't think we often look at it as business. Like,
No,
it's
we
almost
don't.
like it should be a personal transaction.
Right, it's always
you want a hookup. You want a
partner
discount.
thing.
Yeah,
because people call my manager and be like, "Man, Bruce, go back 15 years." I don't even know this brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I met him at the gas station, and you don't know me, bro. Maybe I come across like you do know me, but you don't know me. They'll call and be like, "We discussed a deal, and he said he would do it for this." That's not true, because I don't discuss money at all with anybody. But they always think it's like a partner thing when it should just be business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you remember your best show and you remember your worst show?
Yeah, man, I can remember a lot of them, but people don't know it. I know it. I can remember my first. I come off stage and tell a guy, I didn't like that show, but people thought it was great. But I'd be like, I didn't like that show.
What was your worst show? Because they said you don't write things down. It's just off of
no,
emotion.
I come off the cup. One time I was in Houston, Texas, and I was doing this show and I was joning everybody out, and this dude came up and joned me, and he was funny. His buddy said, "Man, go up there, you know, you go up there and join him." He said, "I look like a pickle jar." You know, and I started laughing like, "Damn, that's funny, bro." You know, I said, "I'm gonna keep that." You know, he's telling me like a pickle jar up here. I like, "Oh my God, that's funny." But the crowd loved it because I took it so well. I didn't go off. You know, it was really funny when he said it. And the best show I ever did was years and years and years ago. Is when Bernie Mac was red hot. Bernie Mac was super hot, and it's a part of Georgia called Macon, Georgia, and it's about an hour from Atlanta. And Bernie was performing, had a 5,000 seater, and the feature didn't show up. And the guy said, "Hey man, my feature didn't show. Can you come down and open up for Bernie Mac?" I said, "Yes." You know, I had been in the game there about 5 years. I said, "Yes," and I drove down there quick as I could, and I was on stage, and I can remember Bernie Mac had his arm folded, looking at me. He said, "Who's that dude right there?" He said, "It's Bruce." He said, "He is funny." But Bernie went up and ripped it. And I worked with Bernie twice in my whole entire life. Macon, and then I worked with him in Columbia, South Carolina one time.
803.
That's it. But Bernie was a bad dude, man. And people don't realize when he did I'm Not Scared of You on Def Jam, he made that up right then. Because everybody was coming up, they was having a hard time here in New York. Def Jam, they was getting it to him. You know, New York, you know, they don't hold no punches, you know. And Bernie said, "Man, I ain't scared of them." And he went up and did it. Him and Capri went together on it, and he ripped it, man.
Wow.
Bernie was a bad dude.
Was that the funniest comedian you ever worked with?
No, man. I know some funny comedians now. Like Tony Roberts is stupid funny. Tony makes me laugh. You know who Tony Roberts is?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Tony Roberts told me he used to date a girl. Her breath was so bad, it smelled like a horse's hiccups. So,
damn.
Who think of that? Who think of a horse's hiccups? You know what I'm saying? He makes me laugh. Mike Epps. Mike Epps is one of the dudes I trained back in the day. Mike used to be on the road with me. Mike moved from Indiana to Atlanta. I used to take him on the road with me, and then he moved to New York. And he called me one day and said, "Man, they want me to audition for Fridays." And I said, "What you waiting on?" I said, "Looking for somebody like you." And he called me a week later and said, "I got the part." I said, "You're on your way, Day Day." That's my man.
Now we seen Cat Williams pulled out his chopper a couple of months ago. He was firing at everybody. What was your thoughts? Because a lot of that stuff was inside that became outside conversations.
I think Cat just told how he felt, man, and what's been going on in his life for real, and he just got fed up with it. When people dog you out, let's just say this. I used to tell people, I had a club in Atlanta, it's called Club 559, and I used to tell my securities, I said, listen, when you have an altercation with a guy, be careful, because they don't forget you. You don't forgot about them. So if you throw them out the club, throw them on their head, and they be like, I'm not going to forget that. They won't forget you.
That's real.
But you forgot who that was, and you at the grocery store with your woman shopping, he run up on you. You remember me? You're like, no. You had to be careful. So Cat just went through some things, stuff that he never forgot that was done to him. And he's coming back retaliating, and he just told it like it was.
I mean, there's a lot of different things you could take from that conversation, but the thing I took from it that I appreciated, it felt like it put black comedy in a new light.
Yeah.
Like people started paying attention to the OGs like yourself, Tony Robbins. Like I don't know, I just felt like it just shined the light on the people who've been doing it.
And people got to understand something about Cat Williams. Cat Williams is not a dummy. He is very smart. He's very smart. I don't know if y'all remember when he had an altercation in Atlanta with Wanda Smith. If you ever noticed, he never lost his composure.
No.
He stood there and drunk his coffee, and he was killing her the whole time. And he's just cool like that. He's very smart. He's a smart guy.
How did you feel about all these artists mention you in their songs?
I love it.
Were you ever surprised? Did you hear it before when you heard "Let Bruce hit it"?
My God, I just hate when dudes say it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been let Bruce hit it, bro. You should be saying that. Then your girl should say it, but not me, not you, bro.
He said that on the text this morning.
Oh my!
Did he?
Because our producer was like, "Man, Bruce is already his." We were on the way in.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Well, entertain him then. Let Bruce hit it."
I was joking. It was
That's what he said.
I forgive you.
That's what he said.
I forgive you.
That's inside stuff, man.
I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah, but he felt we cool, so he just told me.
And our producer told him he was going to HR. I'm going to HR. Yeah.
It's gonna be some people that breathing hard. Why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And Biggie mentioned you in Hypnotized.
Yeah.
When was the first time you heard it? Did you have a relationship?
What happened? I was in Jacksonville, Florida. I'd never forget this. And I wanted to meet him so bad because I was a fan of Biggie. Man, he came in and I was on stage clowning. I was joning people. I mean, I asked the dude, I said, that shirt silk is, I said, is it silk or you iron it too much? Something like that. He walked in, he said, this dude is funny. Because if you ever really pay attention to Biggie, he didn't really smile that much. You know what I'm saying? He just always had that look, this nonchalant look. He smiled on the video when he was on the boat. Remember he was on the boat and he started smiling?
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to put you down for real. And when I heard it, I'm like, what?
What was the Bruce line? Because people were debating whether he.
Yeah, well, did he say that? Yeah.
What was the line?
He was like, Bruce, who do something to us? Talk goes through us. Girls do us, want to screw us. Who? Me, Poppy, and Puff. It was just love he showed, man. He was a cool guy, man. And I actually saw him smile and laugh because I never saw him smile. He just always had this hard look, he ready to fight, but he was really funny. He was fun to be around.
So he told you he was going to put you on? Okay, so that's how you know it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listened to it over and over. I just kept going back. I just listened to it over. I just kept repeating it. Listen to it over and over. And that was love. That was real love.
All right, we got more with Bruce. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Good morning. We are The Breakfast Club. Comedian Bruce is still here. Charlamagne?
Now, out of Def Comedy Jam, Showtime at the Apollo, and Comic View, which one had the most impact on you?
Comic View. Def Jam first. Def Jam was the start. And come on now, we got to give it to Russell Simmons. I mean, big up for him. Def Jam was good, but when I did Comic View, Comic View started out as Coast to Coast. I don't know if y'all remember that. They used to come out to your city and come to a club and film you and then take it back. And DL was the host there, and he's like, look, went all the way down to Atlanta at a club called the Comedy Act Theater, and we seen this guy, Bruce, and they showed me. And I did the Coast to Coast when they first started, but I never forget the year that I hosted. It was probably the best year for me that I have ever experienced in my life. They went from 10 million viewers to 20 million viewers when I hosted, and it was great for me. It was good. I made some money. They gave me money for wardrobe. That's why I dressed in all them suits, because I thought I was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a straight up pimp.
Why do you help so many comedians? Comedians talk about that you've helped so many comedians in their career, in their life. What gives you the energy? Because a lot of people be like, I ain't helping him because he might get bigger than me. But you talked about so many comedians you
Oh my God, yeah. But so many helped me. I never forget when I was in the Comedy Act Theater in Atlanta, and John Witherspoon came to Atlanta, And he looked at me. He say, "You got it." He said, "You really got it." He say, "I like you." So he started telling me what to do and what not to do. And he helped me, took me up on his wing. Ronaldo Ray did the same thing. He helped me on BET when he was my co-host. People don't realize that Ronaldo Ray was a college professor before he started doing comedy. He was extremely smart. And he would tell me sometimes, he said, "Turn your body to the right a little bit when you tell that joke. It'll work better." And I'm like, how's that going to work better? And it worked better. And then the last of the Mohicans who really told me, he say, "You won't have to find them, they will find you." His name was Paul Mooney.
Wow.
The legend.
Paul Mooney. He told me that. Rodney Winfield. Y'all remember Rodney Winfield?
Mm-hmm.
That my man took me. He said, "A lot of these jokers don't like you just because you're funny." He said, "Keep being funny. You're going to be all right." He used to call me, do shows with him. You know, back in the day, man, somebody say, "Man, we got a show paying $300. I'm like, "Let's go." You know, these new kids now, you say, "Man, I got a show for you." "How much they paying?" "Hold it, player. Hold it." You ain't been seen walking by TV, much less on TV. So what is you talking about how much they paying? If I tell you about a show, I'm going to make sure you get paid. Just that simple.
You think social media helped or hurt comedy?
Oh, it helped it. Charlamagne, I wish I had social media 35 years ago. Only thing we had was go in this city early, do radio, try to do TV to get people in there. The social media is a platform that really helped a lot of young comedians now. Veteran comedians like myself, they get pissed because all the new young comedians are coming up faster. "I've been doing comedy for 25 years, 30 years, and he ain't been doing comedy for 3 months. I tell them like this: if you can't beat them, join them. And they're winning. So you might as well fall in the footsteps. They are winning.
But that's why them young comedians feel like, that's why they're asking how much.
Right.
Because they following on social media.
But then the only thing about it, Charlamagne, is when they do get booked, only thing they got to say is what they did on social media.
That's right.
You got to bring out more than that.
That's right.
You know, you got that 7 minutes you got, it's bye. But what about this other 20 minutes they need you to do? You can tell when a person is bombing because they'll start talking real positive. You know, we need to take care of these kids, man. And, you know, hey, man, support these women, man. Hey, man, these women need your support. They need your respect. They're bombing like hell.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get positive.
That's his favorite part of a comedy show.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I like to see somebody try to dig themselves out of a hole when they bomb.
Oh, my God.
If you see me laughing really hard, it's probably because you up there stinking it.
Because I remember seeing you, because I watch you guys all the time. I remember seeing you on Ridiculousness, right? Chanel West Coast. You made her so mad. You was calm. You say, "I never seen you on anything. I never seen you rap with." I rap with Snoop. She got pissed. They went to commercial.
yes.
I think it happened twice. Am I right?
No, it was just one time.
She was, but do she rap?
I don't. Yeah, I think she did.
Okay, but I didn't know it. But I looked at you and I'm like, oh my God, she's pissed. She got pissed. She moved that hair back. They said, commercial, and she came back. She was more calm. "Yeah, we're back here." Charlamagne done pissed her off. He said, "I never seen you on nothing. I never seen you with Snoop. I never seen you Too Short. I never seen you." She was pissed. I laughed so hard at that. That was so good.
How big of a deal is it now for a comedian to have a special? Does it even matter?
Well, it's funny you said that, man. Specials are good. I just got signed for a Netflix special.
Okay.
And the reason I just took it, I was going to do it myself. Like, film it, make them buy it. You know what I'm saying? But they offered it to me. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, I think, around August. So.
Just shoot in Atlanta?
No. We're going to go somewhere else. I want to go somewhere somebody think I'm a superstar. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta, I'm just average. "What's up, Bruce?" What's happening, man? You know, they see me in the grocery store, "Bruce, what's happening?" But I go somewhere like Chicago or Texas. Oh my God, that's where I want to go. In Atlanta, it's my city. I love it. I still live there, and I had a place in LA for like 30 years. LA is just LA. They make you pay for the weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything is just so high. It's just ridiculous.
It is.
I've got a couple more questions. You know, there's a stigma about black comedians wearing dresses to be funny or having to wear a dress to get to that next level. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I did. It's funny you said that. I did a TV show that I taped one time, never came out. It's called Bruce Bounty Hunters. I was a bounty hunter. I played a bounty hunter. I played a preacher called Reverend Get Money. It was Reverend Get Money. And I played a mother named Mother Marshall, which was crazy. But Mother Marshall was a real lady in my church that I mimic. I copied off her. And I also played, I did it in Indianapolis. And I did not feel comfortable in that dress. You know what I'm saying? At all. And some people could do it. Some people, if it worked for you, it do it. Flip Wilson did it when he did Geraldine. You know, because Flip Wilson's show was a variety show, which I love because it wasn't a black show. It was a show for everybody. And that's what people got to understand. But if they want to dress up in a dress, do your thing. You know, but that's not my thing. Tyler Perry made it big. He's one of the best. But to me, I love Tyler Perry. But Joe is funnier than Tyler Perry. Than Madea.
No.
When he plays Joe, when he plays Joe,
Joe is funny.
Joe is funny.
Yep.
Joe have an oxygen tank.
Yep. And
smoking weed, coughing, and I say, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when he plays Joe, Joe is the funniest dude. That's just me.
I think I love Madea a lot with Joe too.
Yeah, I love Madea, but Joe's
funny to you.
Oh my God, Joe is funny.
And see, back then, when we used to see people in the dresses, or even see like when they used to do Men on Film on a Living Color, it was just funny. Like
it was funny.
I never thought nothing of it.
Men on Film was the thing. Remember when they talked about Moby Dick? Moby Dick. That gets 2 snaps and a kiss and a roundabout. You remember they did that?
And the twist, yeah.
Yeah, the twist, yeah.
Why do you have to say your name twice?
Because my mom used to call me twice. My mom said, if I call you the 3rd time, I'm going to kill you. So, my mother said, if I call you 3 times, you're going to die today. And my mother was a little woman, about 140. I mean, she was just, but loving and knew how to make a way out of no way. Most mothers do. That's why it's always good when you do get successful and you start making money, make sure you take care of your mom. And one thing you got to realize, it don't take much like you think it does.
That's right.
People think like, well, I got to do it. No, your mama don't want that much. She just want to make sure she's okay, she's comfortable, and she got a little money. My mother, the last 20 years of her life, I made sure she was straight. Didn't pay no bills, nothing. But it didn't take much. But then when your family members found out about it, they started trying to use you too. You know, my mom going through something. Well, that's your mother. This one is mine.
Well, there you have it. Well, there you have it. It's Bruce.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Bruce up here for a minute, man, because, you know, I've always just respected you as a comedy legend, man.
That's right, man.
You're an icon, so salute to you, Bruce. Thank you,
man,
for coming.
It's
Love and
Bruce.
respect.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here.
Yes.
Charlamagne, you got a positive note.
Now, the positive note is simply this, and I want y'all to remember this on this fine Monday. Somebody out there needs to hear this. It's already meant for you. You heard what I said? It's already meant for you. Start accepting and start believing. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?